What's happening, fam? How's it going? We're about to get this global meditation running. Looks like we have a lot of people in the chat room. Nice. And we got a full house. We got 50 peeps in here. That's awesome. Cool. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to set the intention right now that we're all in the same room together. Time and space does not exist. I have a few notes here from my Atlantean alchemy that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And we're going to start fully at 4:44 p.m. Eastern. Now, there's different meditators all around the globe. There was this newscast that was shared with everyone saying that this meditation should be done at 10:35 p.m. It's actually, time and space is an illusion, especially if you're a fifth dimensional being. So if we're going to be using numerology, because this is a 444 window, it makes sense to start meditating at a 444 gate for PM 444. Thank you for everyone that decided to show up today. Together, we are going to make a huge shift in the world. Makes me so excited. Taking a deep breath. And just let go of any extra crap that you've been holding on to all day. Maybe even feeling the collective freak out. That doesn't matter right now. Take another deep breath. We are going to be shifting your consciousness in a bunch of different ways, okay? Allow yourself to stay connected. Keep opening up your mind centers. I want you to start feeling the third dimensional reality that we all come from. Allow your mind to start accessing fourth dimensional reality. And then just open your heart to embracing the fifth dimension, okay? You're going to open your heart just to say, hey, it's going to happen when it happens. We're almost 1 minute until 4:44. That's when we're going to get started. Everyone, get your gases running. Ooh, I'm so excited. Here it comes. You're all here in Detroit with me. You're all hanging out in here, all right? Looks like it's a small space, but matter is just an illusion. We're all crammed in here, meditating, okay? Ready, ready, ready. I am so excited. Probably got all like 20 seconds left. I'm going to say 20 seconds before it's 4:44, all right? 74 peeps up in here. Yes. All right. And it's time to get started. It's 4:44. Everyone, open up your hearts, put your attention at your heart chakra, and allow that to open up to the fourth dimension. Understand that space controls the third dimension, which is distance. Understand that time is what is one with the fourth dimension or the ethers. Let your mind go. And you're going to feel like an energy starting to surface upward, okay? And you're going to feel like you're expanding not only at your heart chakra and your root chakra, but also at your third eye. Remember to breathe out anything negative that may be occurring. It doesn't matter if it's coming from you, from a neighbor in this meditation, or the collective, okay? We're going to spend at least a minute or two really harnessing this energy at our heart chakras. I tend to put my hands like this at my heart chakra. If you know any alchemy that I've taught you, use the fourth key of any alchemy that I've taught you. If you don't know it, let's do it together. We're going to call upon light of the ethers from Antojai light codes. You're going to just turn it on like an app. Let it summon itself and let it harness at your heart. We're going to ask for the energies of life to step into our heart chakra from quantum Reiki. Keep feeling that energy. Let go of your individual aspects. Understand that When you step into fifth dimensional reality or fifth dimensional new earth, we are co-creators, okay? That's the main important aspect of the fifth dimension. Not only do we embrace each and every one of us, our counterparts, exactly as they are, we also express love that is non-judgmental. Expressing love that is non-judgmental is usually the hardest part for people. You feel a certain kind of way towards someone. That doesn't matter today. 444. The number 4 is tied to your intuition. When you double it, you're saying that you're now connecting your intuition to your environment. And when you triple it, you're connecting your intuition with your environment so that everything is okay. All right. That's why we started at 444 on April 4th. When you add those last 2 4s for a total of 5 4s, you end up opening up more centers of your interdimensional acceptance. As we step into 5D, we co-create this new earth that we choose to exist in. This is what Atlantean alchemy is all about. Atlantean alchemy is understanding that Gaia is no different than us. So in this moment, not only are we co-creating with all of the other people on this broadcast, almost 90 people on this broadcast, we are also co-creating with Mother Earth. She is as an integral part to this meditation as each individual one of us. Our individual importance, maybe we want to create a reality that's like, oh yeah, like I'm super famous, right? That doesn't matter here, okay? What matters is the vibration of the new earth that we're going to live in. If you're focusing on any one particular objective, more money, more fame, more security, whatever, you're deterring from fifth dimensional earth, because in fifth dimensional earth, we don't have to deal with these things. We as co-creators can choose in this moment to eliminate a lot of the struggles that we've been dealing with this whole entire time. This is why this ascension gate is so important. So allow yourself to just, you're doing this for the good of yourself and the good of others. Being selfless to be self-ish. Let go of your minds. Let your hearts expand. The next technique that we're going to be using is something from my Antojai quantum alchemy. It's a very deep meditation. You may get lost while we're doing it. That is okay. We're going to keep working together. And I'm going to try to give you guys enough time to do it, okay? You're going to see the third dimensional version of you standing right in front of you, okay? Like a separate entity. It is not you. It is a version of you. You're a multi-dimensional version of yourself that is strictly bound to the third dimension. When you see that, take a deep breath. We're going to ask that third dimensional aspect of ourselves. You feel it, you know it, you hear it. I asked and I heard, it's because you didn't know any better. Once you get an answer, you choose whether or not this answer is solid for you. Just because you didn't know any better, that's not a suitable answer for me. So I don't choose to accept this as my reality. I breathe in, I breathe out, and I let it go. You might have more than one answer. You're going to breathe it in, breathe it out, and let it go. You're going to see a contract come out of the fourth dimension into the third dimension. This contract is a hyper green color. This contract states that when you sign it, if you choose to sign it, you will abandon a lot of your third dimensional beliefs, stepping into the fifth dimension. Closer to the fifth dimension. You'll be permanently aligning yourself with the fourth dimension. If you are ready to sign this, and your 3D aspect of yourself is also willing to sign this, let's sign this contract now, transitioning everything from our third dimensional selves into a fourth dimensional self. We're going to abandon the aspects of the third dimension and abandon the aspects of space with this new contract. Sign this contract. Once you sign it, see the third dimensional version of yourself transform into a fourth dimensional aspect of yourself. Breathing out everything that does not serve you. Open your heart center and feel gratitude. Allow the frequency of space to leave your body. Once you see that third dimensional aspect of yourself turn into fourth dimension, shake their hand, give them a loving hug. Choose to be in harmony with each other. And then you're going to see a new version of yourself come out of both of those versions. One that summons itself and floats. If there is a fourth dimensional you and the present you, there's a new version that comes up on top that can see both of those versions. Deep breath. This version that's seeing the both of you on the top is your fifth dimensional self. Allow yourself to connect to this without any judgments, without any expectations. All of us together, we are now combined, creating the great light worker, the great gatekeeper, a being, the ultimate light warrior of the cosmos, composed of each one of our vibrations. We are like the Voltron or the Megazord of light work. This moment, since time does not exist, we are connected with everyone who is doing this meditation at any given time space. Open your heart wider and wider. Let us all envision now an earth so different from what we are so used to. An earth that its main priority is ascension, not consumerism, that instead of taking care of the individual, we take care of the whole. Not only see this from a third person perspective where you're seeing it happen, really envision that, make it real, like you're looking at it as a guardian, like a guardian angel. Really see that real, really feel all the energy of that new earth. And in occasion, you're going to step into your new body, the new earth version of yourself that is there. You're going to feel all the experiences that the new earth version of you is experiencing. And then you'll go ahead, back out, and see yourself from a third person perspective. Deep breath in and out. If you feel pressure anywhere in your body, in your soul, anywhere, you let it go. With breathing, you surrender. The old earth that we are so accustomed to is very masculine. Take another deep breath. You're then going to see your life like an old VHS tape, all right? You know how you used to fast forward your whole entire movies when you were a kid and you would see those squiggly lines in the middle? You're going to fast forward, and when we get to this meditation, we're going to rewind, okay? So first, we're going to fast forward from the beginning of our life all the way to this present moment, and we're going to rewind once we get from this present moment all the way back to the beginning of our lives. We're going to do this all in a very bright white and black, like black and white, but super bright, high contrast. Ready, set, go. What we're doing with this meditation is clearing any old patterns in our memory. Our memory is what continuously creates every observation that we continue to experience. When we clear our memory, we clear the patterns in reality. Once you get back to the beginning, we're almost all there. We're going to go one step further. We're going to go before we were even born, when we were in the nothingness, waiting to step into the third dimension. We're going to again fast forward from that point, all present moment right now, which is this meditation, in a very high black and white contrast color. When we get back to this present moment, we're going to rewind into before we were born. Ready, set, go. Once you are back at before your reality began, now we're going to start one more time right from there, from that moment before our whole entire reality and our story began. But this time, as we're stepping into our physical body and our story, we are choosing right there and then that we're going to experience fifth dimensional reality, fifth dimensional consciousness, fifth dimensional earth. Okay? We will fast forward all the way to our current time space and then back again to the beginning before we were born. Our focus, only fifth dimensional reality. Ready, set, go. And we're going to see it in the most beautiful blue, bright color possible. Remember to breathe in and out. Anything negative. We're not going to stop at this meditation. We're going to go all the way from before reality began all the way to the end of this lifetime. And it's going to be impacted by fifth dimensional new earth energy. Before we stepped into our body, we knew that this was going to be the contract that we were going to experience. So then we witnessed it playing out. And when we get to the very end of our life, doesn't matter how it is that it ends, you're not going to experience your death. You're just going to know somehow the end has come. You'll rewind back to the beginning before you even stepped into this vessel. We're going to do this in a very, very bright blue, gold, ultraviolet color. The most brightest gold, blue, ultraviolet purple you could ever imagine in your life. Ready, set, go. You might start hearing ringing. If you're hearing ringing, this is normal. You may feel lightheaded. You may feel nauseous. Take another deep breath. And exhale. As we're doing this type of meditation, now let us take the next moment to see Gaia as a whole. Together as co-creators, we hold hands. We sit on the grid lines of Mother Earth, on the 33rd parallel. We let go of our judgments, our individuality, but we honor them. And we open the gate to New Earth. Take another deep breath. You might see the lights in your room get brighter. Keep giving it. Give into the light, give into your heart. As you're expanding your consciousness, we're going to practice a new technique. We're going to change the curvature of how you see reality. Yes, a lot of people don't know this, but you can change the curvature of how you see reality. And now we're going to do that. I want you to see a straight line going across and down. When you see that straight line going across and down, see the middle point being your third eye. This is the masculine way to see reality. Okay? Deep breath. It moves through the 4 lower bodies, being your astral body, your physical body, your emotional body, and the body of creation. Let those lines merge with your third eye. You might feel like the right side of your body is a little bit burning or hot or tense. That is all normal. Don't hold your energy back. If you feel like your energy wants to explode, give in to that explosion. It is not a moment now anymore for either one of us to hold ourselves back from embracing our true potential. If you have a lot of chakra, embrace that chakra and let that chakra grow. Allow the lines to go across. We are activating the mental body, which is linear reality, space, and time. You can put your hands at your solar plexus if you'd like. Deep breath. And exhale. We are now going to evolve our awareness. Instead of seeing linearly through lines, we're now spirals. Imagine your vision can see spirals. Your third eye has a spiral curvature to it. Tap into it if it's hard for you to understand. Just experience it. You see in spirals. You can walk in spirals. You exist in spirals. If you feel like your third eye or your brain is going to explode, that's normal. You're changing the way you look at reality. You are quantum shifting at this exact moment, and we are each quantum shifting towards new Earth. So before we were seeing linearly in the masculine, now this vision of spirals is more in unison with the physical body, components of the physical body, but also it is in the divine feminine. So see New Earth in spirals. If your vision were spirals. You might feel your left body is getting heavier or more painful. This is tied to the female. Let go of your personal expectation. I can sense some of you are feeling like, oh, what am I going to get out of this? That's not the point of this meditation. You'll get more out of it if you work for Gaia and your focus is just New Earth. The way you create new realities is through vibration. When you experience the vibration internally, it will expand and create something new. A lot of times people want to think something into reality. The thinking is only to find the emotion and the vibration. When you feel the emotion and the vibration, you have to transfer from thought to experience. And then that will move matter. Matter is not something that you can force into moving itself. It must be communicated with. This is what ancient texts tell us how the pyramids were created. They spoke to the rocks and the rocks moved themselves. Take a deep breath. So feel the vibration of New Earth. Feel the vibration of the people that are there. What does New Earth stand for all these people? What does it mean? That has your best interest at heart. That will allow you to grow and thrive in the direction that you were always meant to be. That there are no judgments like we knew them before. Judgments from others and the judgments that we ourselves place on others. We let go of our judgments towards the polarity of negative and positive. Both are essential to creating New Earth. As creators, we only see them as colors. You let go of the identity that you hold for yourself and who you used to be, who you think you are. That version of you is a third dimensional aspect of yourself. The story that you were told that you were supposed to be. All of your meditation, your alchemy experience, your magic exploration has brought you to another level of understanding. You even have to let go of your understanding of all the magic that's happened into your life and what you think the law of attraction actually does, how it works, what you think fifth dimension should be like. You must let go of your own thoughts that rigidly limit the vibration of emotion of fifth dimensional earth. When we let go of expectation, we let go of attachment. When we let go of attachment, we let go of suffering. Buddha tells us this over and over again. The one thing that we always know is that we do not know anything at all. That's why the masters leave the earth dimensions, step into the higher, and continue to learn. The greatest lesson of all cosmos and dimensions is the aspect of learning and using that knowledge to grow and ascend. The experience is ascension. You can never truly understand what ascension means because ascension is infinite. Take another deep breath. Allow this energy that you may be feeling swirling around you and outside of you and pulsating through you to come from the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the center of magnetism. Let it flow from not only the heart chakra, but the heart organ. Take another deep breath. If you feel your throat chakra is starting to really activate, give into it. The throat chakra is the center of wisdom, authenticity, the afterlife. Sound your voice loudly with a spell cast. Speak out loud the following mantras 3 times. We're going to do 3 separate mantras. You're going to speak them out 3 times. If you don't speak them out, you're not using the alchemy of the throat chakra. We are New Earth. We are New Earth. We are New Earth. Second mantra. It is Omni Nura, Omni Aura, Adonai. Omni Nura, Omni Aura, Adonai. Omni Nura, Omni Aura, Adonai. Omni Nura means all light. Omni Aura means all that is love and light. Adonai is the grace of source or God. Whatever you connect to. The last mantra. All 5D is now. All 5D is now. All 5D is now. As you do that, you might be feeling something calm down and sink like a blanket. You give into that. That's the reality. That's literally what's called reality surfing. You just shifted one dimension into another one. Deep breath. You're going to call upon the numerology of 444 on one aspect, and you're going to see 44 on the other aspect. So I see one on the left and one on the right. Doesn't matter which one you guys want to put it on. But if you want to put 444 on the left, that would be a lot easier for all of us to stay in unison, and 44 on the right. This numerology will even out the energies of the ethers while we continue to accelerate ourselves. We're about to step into 6th dimensional reality. Take a deep breath. You might be feeling like there's some sort of tension somewhere inside of your spirit, your soul, your mind, your emotions, your body. That tension is a little bit that's not letting you get to the 6th dimension. So give that tension away. I feel it a lot in my shoulders. That's why they're shaking. I'm choosing to let it go. Like, whatever. Bye. Deep breath. Open your hearts more. Open your third eyes more. There should be no difference between your third eye and your heart chakra. All chakras are one under source. Good. Deep breath. As you notice that there is like a pillar of light running through your chakra system, you might still notice that there's edges to your chakras. Let the pillar of light expand further so that there is no more curvature to the chakra. It is only a cylinder that's also filled with energy. During this time, we will also be summoning our Merkabas. I don't do this meditation very often with people, so this is a very special treat for you. Take deep breath. There are many different ways people practice the Merkaba. I will teach you the way of Antojai. Everyone, set this command. Merkaba, open. You say that, you let it happen. You'll feel something expand, and you might feel something spinning towards your left and something spinning towards your right. That's because it's two tetrahedron stars. Looks like a Star of David in 3D. It's going to be up, taking a deep breath, looking down, and exhaling, okay? With each one of these movements and breaths, we're going to clear out the rest of our chakras, our highest chakras. And then we're going to open up multidimensional aspects of our Merkaba. Ready, set, follow along. I'm not going to hold back. We're going to look up, breathing in, cosmic red light of the Kundalini. And then we're going to look down, cosmic orange of the eye of Ra. We're going to look down, exhaling everything that does not apply to that. We're going to breathe in, looking up, yellow, eye of Horus. Exhaling everything that does not apply and does not matter here. We're going to breathe in, cosmic green, light of the ethers, Jupiter, and the astral. And exhaling, looking down, letting go of everything that's not that color. We're going to breathe in wisdom, cosmic blue, harmony, all-knowing and truth. Exhaling everything that does not apply to that. We are breathing in the unknown and the known, which is clarity. Looking down, breathing out everything that does not serve. We're then breathing in all of life, multidimensional life. And breathing out anything that does not serve. You're going to see an orb form in the center of your body where your sacral chakra is underneath your belly button. That orb is going to start off small and it's going to pick up and get bigger. Breathe in, looking up, breathing in golden light, looking down, expelling all the limitations of space and time. We're going to breathe in, looking up, breathing in our soul, looking down, letting go of everything that is not our form of divinity. That orb is going to turn into two. One is going to be on the front side of your sacral chakra. The other one's going to be on the back side of your sacral chakra. You're going to then breathe in all the energies of New Earth, Mother Nature, and Center Earth. Exhaling everything that is old Earth, the old paradigm that does not serve us anymore. You're going to breathe in cosmic light of ascension and the spaces of ascension. You're going to exhale, looking down, letting go everything that is not your energetic spirit. You're going to take another deep breath in. Breathing in unity and cosmic consciousness, universal consciousness, multi-dimensional universal consciousness. You're going to take one last deep breath. Breathe. Source, light, 1,000,000,000 times the level of our understanding, the language of Adonai, Antojai, our ancestors, the cosmic dimensional source that we each are. Breathe out, looking down, letting go of an old paradigm. Breathe in. This one's to center yourself now that your 12 principal chakras have been cleansed. We're going to set the intention that our Merkabas spin at 3727. You just tell it like an Apple program, voice command program. Give into it. Let go of your mind, let go of your expectation, let go of everything. If it's not this energy, it's not worth even putting your attention on. Deep breath. Let your heart chakras open more. You'll start noticing that now your heart chakras are naturally opening, right? They might be already blasted. So you just now give into it. Let it just go. It might feel like it's bursting. Sometimes I do it, I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm gonna be pulled up from a string into deep space. Whatever works for you, man. And you breathe out the tension that says, okay, I can't do this, or it's too intense. Nothing's too intense. This is the real you. This is where New Earth lies. We are on the 33rd parallel in unison with the Great Pyramids. We call upon every sacred site on Mother Earth created by our ancients, from the star people, from the elders, deep breath. I'm tapping into like my druid lifetime. That's why I had that weird accent towards the end. Many of us have been druids in our past lives. Allow yourself now at this moment that we are transcending so many layers of multidimensional self to just access all of the druid knowledge that you know. All the druid knowledge that we can be using today to take us to a new Atlantis. One that makes better choices. One that we lived with Mother Earth, and our alchemy was one with Mother Earth, similar to the Druids. For all of the Atlanteans here, deep breath in. And let go of all the pain from our Mother Island sinking. If you were a co-creator in her demise, breathe in forgiveness for yourself, and breathe out better choices for the now. Breathe in your Atlantean knowledge Breathe out the mistakes of today's humanity. For all the druids, maybe some of you are druids and Atlanteans. You will breathe in, accepting all the magic of Mother Earth. Exhaling everything that is the illusion of man. You're going to breathe in all the beauty of being a plant that is no different than the celestial body, the grand sphere, which is known as Gaia. Exhaling everything that does not serve. You're going to breathe in and let the cosmic heart, our unison Gaia heart, expand into the depths of all the cosmos, multidimensionally to every planet on a multidimensional surface, every being that today we see as spheres. Breathing out everything else that does not matter. For all the ancient Egyptians, maybe some of you were all three. Ancient Egyptians, you will breathe in the power of Ra. You will exhale everything that is not Aten. You will breathe in the power of the cosmos and the stars. You will exhale all the illusions of this timeline, the sands of time. You will breathe in controlled harmonic chaos and breathe out nothing but order. Together we are all one mind. Connect to the source mind of all of our consciousness, split through all of our understandings. We are all source. Source for us is Gaia. Without Gaia, we do not exist. Beyond Gaia is the source major, the source that encompasses our ability to exist on source Gaia and experience our source selves. As we birth life in the terms of creativity, children, and innovation. Deep breath in. We're all one cosmic conscious mind. We have spread across the entire grid system of Mother Earth. Everything unseen has been seen. Everything unfamiliar is actually quite familiar because everything is connected because we are the grid. If your heart racing, your heartbeat is racing, that's normal. Remember the alchemy we practiced before. Our heart chakra, our heart organ, the heart organ is so interconnected to blood. Now we allow all this alchemy to flow through our blood. We open our heart discs at the center of our chest. You'll feel a plateau open and you might feel it spinning. This heart disc has the pattern of a geometric shape that is cosmically only yours. On one side of the disc and on the other side of the disc, sacred geometry that equates to the source of all that is. Deep breath. We're going to reprogram our Merkaba to 9/10 the speed of light. Give into it. You're going to set the next intention for it to equalize. Those orbs that were originally at our front and our back, they are now going to each absorb the chakra system that we have, the illusion of the structures of the chakras, and even of energetic medicine. We're beyond the illusion of understanding. Deep breath. We only embrace our light bodies, our source selves. We are nothing but Gaia and the grid. We are nothing but heart and new earth. Deep breath. We are nothing but peace. Sometimes when you're doing this high level of meditation, distractions from the outside try to come in. They try to take you away from this power. That was obnoxiously real if you could hear it through the mic, and it's still happening. We are controlling our reality. We are nothing but new earth and the vibration of new earth, and nothing can take us away from this. Deep breath. Find your heart center. You are now all sitting in the center of the core of the earth. We are now the surface of Gaia. We're in both places at once. We're every layer in between. We are nothing but joy and harmony. Maintain your structure, expand. Let go of your minds. Let go of attachment. Fall right back into your place. Nothing else matters but our Dharma, the Ashoka, Together 3 times. Let us repeat. Ashoka, Ashoka, Ashoka. Your dharma is your cosmic purpose. Ashoka stands for the dharma in terms of chakra work. Your dharma is not something that is explained or needs to be verified. It is simply you being in existence at this very moment. Deep breath. Feel the collective meditating with us all across the globe. Feel them on whatever vibration they choose to manifest themselves as. Some will manifest themselves in terms of love because they are the warriors that carry those vibrations of love that are so heavily needed. Some of us carry light and ascension in other tribes. Others carry wisdom, joy. The shamans, the masters of the cosmos, exist not just on our meditation timeline, but on separate vibrational frequencies of the multiverse of that same timeline. We honor each vibration because at 5D we understand that every vibration in every shape and every form is absolutely necessary for the creation of New Earth. As co-creators, we create New Earth with all the colors and all the tools at our disposal, at our use. Deep breath. And if you feel yourself come in and out, you just, when you come back out, you just catch yourself and you're like, okay, deep breath. And I'm going to go back in. And you give up. When you do this high level types of meditation, if you're not accustomed to doing them regularly, there's always going to be a portion, your consciousness, that wants to suppress the subconscious. We have gone deep into the yin, the cosmic womb. As we are now aware of being in the cosmic womb, we are also in the cosmic subconscious. Together, let us all see that movie technique that I taught you earlier in another present. We're all going to see the story of this humanity, the story of humanity as one being that experienced itself through reality. We're going to see that story as a collective from wherever it is that we see it from the beginning. We're going to fast forward in black and white, a cosmic black and white, all the way to the present manifestation point of the now. when you have reached the now, we rewind and full color to the beginning. And even beyond it, to when the beginning had still yet to be. Pre-existence. We choose here as a collective to experience in the nothingness a new reality. This is the ultimate quantum dimensional shift. We all seek love for this earth, and most importantly for Gaia. We all seek light, the new era of the golden age. We have traveled from many timelines into a present, always being one as source. We've experienced ourselves in our decisions, consciously and unconsciously. In this emptiness, we shift realities to fifth dimensional new earth. The vibration of fulfillment, love, success, community, for not only our tribe, but the tribes of all the other ascension goers that collect under their cosmic radiance of vibration. Our Merkabas now spin 1 billion times the speed of light. We open up a Merkaba of earth, connected to our soul and our form. We spin that to 1 trillion times the speed of light. We summon the 6th dimensional octahedron, and we calibrate it towards Adonai and Ascension. We open the 6th dimensional Merkaba, and we liberate all of our ancestors, no matter what they may have experienced. From all the karma of old earth. And thus we rid ourselves from the karma of old earth and its systems. We open the dodecahedron, the Merkaba of the cosmos, and we program it towards the earth's dharma, ourselves, a part of Gaia, to our dharma. Repeat 3 times, Omni Ora Ashoka. Omni Ora Ashoka. Omni Ora Ashoka. 3 times. Ashoka Omniora. Ashoka Omniora. Ashoka Omniora. Give into this and set the intention that this will continue to play and we will stay connected to this energy throughout the time and the linear dimensions that require it. That this ascension gate is open so that when we are done passing through this gate, we're permanently connected to our highest reality. Take a deep breath. So, as you guys start coming back, it's 5:55 on my clock. Say what? 5:55. Oh my God. Is that not a sign? And I also stopped meditating exactly like 1:13, which is like, what? Synchronicity in the house. How are you guys feeling? What's up? I'm just reading your stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I have like this continuous ringing in my left ear, like, whoa. Yeah. Did you guys end up, do you guys feel the shift? Do you guys feel yourselves walking through dimensions? Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, because so when people experience, when they think about multidimensionality, people don't realize that your mind gets stuck to like a 3D linear understanding. Like it's like everything you learn about the multidimensional hits its peak, and you don't even realize that it's just like linear at that point. So then you have to allow yourself to be like, okay, what if everything I know is still wrong? What if everything that I know could be different? And then your brain explodes. You travel into like another like pseudo dimension. And that's like, if you've done a lot of psychedelics, you know what that's like. And that's why shamans do psychedelics, because you want to learn how to do that mentally, and then you shift through dimensions at any given moment. Imagine being at this level where you can do this and do that shifting just in real time, talking to people, being like, oof, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this instead. And you shift to another dimension. I'm swaying. It was like going through waterfalls. Yeah, definitely. It feels like it's going through waterfalls. Sometimes it feels like a wall of jelly ends up hitting you, and you're like. Other times it feels like you're falling. When you're doing when you're going to like really powerful places that you've never gone to before, like something like out of your normal scope of traveling. Maybe you're somebody who just travels like angelic realms, but maybe one day you're like, oh well, I want to talk to like beings even more powerful than that. And it feels like you're falling, and it's terrifying, and you have to be like, okay, I'm falling, but like I'm not really falling. It's not real. It's not real. And it's a really powerful experience. I felt it, the intensity of the Earth Merkaba. The Earth Merkaba is designed like a cube. So if you know the standard Merkaba, which is a tetrahedron, the tetrahedron composes the third dimension. So then the tetrahedron superimposed on itself like a Star of David that's 3D is tied to the element of fire, because also the triangle in Druid alchemy is tied to fire. Even in Antojai, it's tied to like the potential, the pure potential of something, right? Well, that's why when you look at like things like the Kabbalion, you see a triangle, right? And usually there's shapes inside of the triangle. Those geometries in alchemy are actually a language telling you not only the dimensional space of a certain element, but what its potential is. So the third dimension has the potential to create things made out of the tetrahedron. When you divide it and you go to the next level up, it turns into a cube. So then at the fire Merkaba, you end up opening it and you have the spiritual body. That's the main component. It's going to be the physical body, the astral body, and then the spiritual body. When you open the cube Merkaba or the earth Merkaba, you open up an extra layer that ends up being your soul. When you elevate that to the next Merkaba up, you end up transferring the next element, which is air, and like metal and stuff like that. You open a fifth layer. That fifth layer ends up opening up a gateway into the subconscious, like a direct gateway, not only to like your subconscious, but the multidimensional aspect of everything that is you consciousness, like your quantum consciousness. From there, you can then open up a template Merkaba called for your ancestors, which is made out of water. That's why when we opened up a sixth dimensional Merkaba, we set the programming for our ancestors so that you could then, like, if you quantum shift yourself, that's one thing. But if you choose to really like do a DNA activation, right? You want to shift all of your DNA. That means if you have some beef with your mom or your sister or whatever, like no matter what it is that's your problem with them, it's in your best interest to also help them out, shift this element out of their consciousness and out of their reality, out of your DNA. Your DNA is interlinked. So every other person that shares even a remnant of that DNA with you, maybe somebody you've never met in your life, ends up having that same shift. That is what the collective consciousness is all about when we talk about like DNA transformations, light codes, DNA activations. Like I was on acid. Yeah, I know. Like, and this is why this is why when people like I've really stopped smoking weed even lately, like for a while actually. I haven't even smoked weed like for a while. And I don't really drink or anything because I'd rather just do this all the time. And then I saw this meme the other day. It was super funny. That was like, what is it like when people ask you what is it that you do? And it was like this little girl like she didn't know what was going on, and it said, I don't know, like Reiki the planet, meditate, do yoga, you know? This is like literally this could be your pastime. And the whole trick of it, like what shamans do is like when you access this level of reality, whether it's through psychedelics, through just naturally doing a lot of self work, you get lucid. This is what they talk about, like, oh, reality is a dream, right? So if reality is a dream, you're the dreamer, you have to understand that you're lucid dreaming. Bam, we're doing it already. So then here, by you just being in this state, you're in a shamanic state. You're having a shamanic experience right now, like 100. So if you can stay here on the regular, then you start stepping into like higher shifts of dimension. The only tricky part of that is, you know, when you start tapping into this, it's easy to want to just exist at one polarity while still having to like dumb yourself down. And it's kind of like acclimating and balancing yourself out, if that makes sense. But once you expand, like just be like this all the time, there's nothing you don't know. Like people can talk to you and you hear like them, their subconscious, their soul, and it's all just like instantaneous. And you're like, uh-huh. And you can tell when someone's lying because you hear it or you sense it. Like everything's vibration. Right now, you must be feeling like you're tingling, right? On your body. The tingling is all because you're you're literally vibrating so fast that the matter that's composing you, which is light photons essentially, is rearranging itself. You just went into your system and deleted who knows what. We shifted the reality of humanity as a collective through that brain erasing technique. And you're going to notice that you're going to still like ride this wave for a while too, for days to come. Yes, definitely need water for sure. The dehydration is because water is stored. Water remembers things. It has memory, obviously. And basically, it also is a resonator. Your thoughts are electric and water conducts electricity. Hello. So if it remembers every thought that you've ever collected, every thought that you expose yourself to, if you work in a really toxic environment, the water inside of you remembers that toxicity. So then when we're thinking about the law of attraction or the law of magnetism, two things that are magnetizing, people always just look at, oh, hey, I just want to magnetize this one thing because it's not really working out. But like manifestation is the reality at large. It's not just per objective. And if you manifest per objective, it's harder to manifest because you're not actually allowing yourself to take the full spectrum of being a creator, which there's a fine line. There's people, you know, who tap into it and they get lost. They're just like those super hippie people, right? And I love them, but you know, that a lot of times people think like you'll tap into these frequencies and you have to just go in that direction. This is what it's like to actually master it and be in alignment and being like, oh, okay, cool. You know, like I'm having like a psychedelic experience, right? Because that's the illusion of it perpetually. And I'm doing it naturally because your brain can create DMT on its own. So you literally just triggered a ton of DMT in your mind and bam. Like if you were to take this even further, like the other day I did this for literally 4 hours and I was gone. It's 6:06 on my clock too. I was totally gone. And when I came back, I was like, oh my gosh. So now the fact that like you're feeling dehydrated too is the fact that all that memory, the old memory has been lost. Remember the water Merkaba, the sixth dimensional Merkaba is tied to water. The dehydration comes from working on your ancestors. I feel better. My heart. Yep, your heart chakra is going to be burning. You're going to feel it like gravitate. If you guys have any questions or anything else, you guys are more than welcome to ask me now. But I think that's like the gist of everything. This is what quantum shifting is to a lot of people. Believe that quantum shifting has to be like this drastic thing that is just like, oh my God, like boof, you know? like almost dreamy style. This is the dream. You have to understand. If you guys remembered when we went as a collective into the nothingness, right? You know, that nothingness, that collective nothingness that seems black is the uncertainty, the unknown. But when you're in it and you're looking at it from actually existing inside of it, you realize that the unknown and uncertainty is only a self-perpetuated illusion that you create, which empowers an entity inside of you known as fear. Fear is not something that you need as a fifth dimensional being. Fear is good to have knowledge of, but it's good to be able to know what it's used for and how to use it, but it's not something you need to vibrate. And a lot of times people, even when they seek ascension, they're afraid. They're like, whoa, I don't want to let go of my reality. I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to end up on the better side? But here you see a bunch of people around you saying that they're ascending and their lives are getting better. So what are you actually afraid of if the evidence around you has been telling you that ascension is actually a good thing for everyone else? It's a shift, because what's the root of all suffering is attachment, that Buddha tells us. So it comes back down to like, oh wow, well, you're attached to the illusion of what you've been fed, because it's not even an illusion that you fully created. It's an illusion that was passed down to you by the structured realities of others, like fragmented realities of others. That means like the source consciousness that we've been working with has been fragmented for a very long time. Like our collective consciousness has been at 3D because we all vibrate like soul fragmentation, right? And then at 4D, we've been working for a while, like, okay, soul fragmentation is actually like soul integration. It's all about the collective, it's consciousness. But at fifth dimension, it's like, no, it's more than just understanding that we're all like we're all coexisting, we're all co-creating. And when we're co-creating, we're like, oh crap, like every individual, like it doesn't even matter. The same, if you can apply that technique of like, okay, when you tapped into the ancestry and you had to let go of your prejudices towards all your ancestors, or anything like that, you have to do that for your neighbor. And when you do that for your neighbor, then you're not binding yourself to the illusion of the storyline that's going on around you. There came a point where you might have felt like you were like would have just seen like a silhouette of light that just felt like, oh man, that there was multidimensional versions of yourself and there was these silhouettes of light and that's all you were. That is literally being one with your source spirit. It might have looked different than what you actually look like right now. What else? Just gonna make sure I'm not missing anybody's stuff really fast. My throat is burning. Yes, your throat chakra, your center of authenticity and wisdom. Like from the throat chakra, you can connect with Thoth, for instance. You can also connect with like Osiris. You can connect with fifth dimensional angels. The throat chakra is what actually opens up the doorway to the fifth dimensional energies of reality. So when we experience fifth dimension, people usually think of it as like, oh, this far out experience, you gotta vibrate it. Like when you vibrate it, you experience it and you're like, oh crap, it's real. Like it's like, wake up, you've been high for a hot minute, like it's time to get up. Great. Also, you might notice that as we're coming down as well, you're feeling like the vibration is still happening somehow around you, but it's not as intense, like separating your atoms now after a while. This high vibration, if you were to grab like an energy frequency, just for a quick second, just grab your imagination at the tips of your hands. You're gonna feel like, and move your hand around with it like it's a flame that's stuck on your arm. Like if you're just using it that way and you allow it, like for me, it's like a flame that like travels up and down and around my hand and down. And I just let it do whatever it wants. It goes all throughout my arm. Your imagination. This frequency right here, if you're tapping into it in your hand, tap into it in your third eye. No separation. When you do that, you instantly become more aligned with a lucid state, because your imagination and your mind are connected through this intuitive sense, right? A lot of creation people, like artists and stuff like that, they go off of intuition and inspiration, right? So your intuition at some point ends up taking over, and some pieces have a breath of their own, right? It's because it's coming from some other higher mental state. So then you're tapping into your imagination. That's an added frequency. You're tapping into like hermetics here, you're tapping into Egyptian alchemy. This type of stuff will allow you to bend matter. All you have to do is know it, experience it, vibrate it. You upgraded your system, you can bend reality. That's how it works. It's really that easy. So yeah, also, I'm just going to take this moment right here. If you want to learn how to do this as your everyday as well, you could always just join the Antojai Quantum Alchemy program. Cool, you guys. Seems like nobody else has any questions. Sending you all of my love. Share this with as many people today as possible. Get that energy out there. Even if it's tomorrow as well, the next couple of days, just share it. Watch this again later tonight. Meditate with other people. Have it in the background, on mute. Just let the energy come off of the screen, or have it really low through the audio. Let the alchemy fill your environment. Shift your environment. Shift New Earth. It's here. It's now. It's happening. Love you. Talk to you later.